Hello everybody,
Hi.
So we're now going on to the 7-day plan. So the 7-day plan, so again this is an example.
It's in your First Steps to Manager, guys, but it's also downloadable from qlsonline.net, as all of the documents that we go through are under Step 2 Documents and Downloads.
And the reason why it's a 7-day plan is because it's Monday to Sunday. So you might say to yourself, well, I need a break, or it is a 7-day plan. So you've got to remember this business is really part-time. So it's not like you're doing 10 hours a day on this. It's a few hours in the nooks and crannies. So you might be someone who, like Lucy, when she first started, was working 70 hours a week.
About 70 hours a week, yeah. Weekends as well.
Myself, who works full-time, you might be doing shift work, you might be at hospital, you might be a mum, you might be a dad, you might be someone who feels like they've got really limited time. So this is why it's so vital to make sure that your 7-day plan is the ultimate goal of what you do on that Sunday. So you would have seen a video on your volume map, so you would have done your volume map, and now this is going to coincide with your 7-day plan. So how we start our 7-day plan. So on there you'll see you've got on the left hand side who you're going to be speaking to. So it says there, prospecting. Who are you speaking to about the business this week? Okay, so you can speak to people about the business. There might be some people you want to speak to about the products. So you need to decide how you're going to speak to these people. Then you've also got here other activity, which is on the right side, and then below here you've got training and other events. So what we're going to do is we're just going to briefly go through how you're going to be prospecting people. And prospecting, we mean, networking or in network marketing, building relationships with people and speaking to them about the business or the product because you understand what their hot button is or their need. And that again can be found in your First Steps to Manager about how to approach people about, whether it's more of an income and what their hot button is, because you've spoke with them in the past. They might have mentioned to you about really wanting to go to Disneyland with their children, but you know what, they just can't afford it. So you're simply going to give them a call and you're going to explain to them that you might be able to help them, and we'd love to show them some business. You want to meet up with them because working alongside us, we might be able to help you achieve that goal.
But trainings for contacting guys again is found on qlsonline.net. On YouTube, there's so many trainings out there to help you, and obviously your sponsor or your upline is going to be there to show you the different ways in which we can prospect people. So your 7-day plan though really is going to be thinking about, okay, who are we going to contact?
So how do you get those people on your 7-day plan? So it's going to all come down to your who do you know list. So this again is so important, guys.
It's a whole part of the business cycle.
Do you know what? It's so important. Again, from experience, we've not taken it seriously, and this is so vital. It's your database. So at work or like in your phone, you have a database of people you know and how to communicate with them. It's just the same with your 7-day plan. Why is it written out on a piece of paper? Because that's for duplication. And, this isn't about having spreadsheets here, there and everywhere. It's about writing people down on your who do you know list because you know how to communicate with them in regards to how you can help them with this business.
And also it helps prompt you, when you're writing down names, prompt you into people that you've forgotten through that person, people that they might know. It might prompt you and think, actually I didn't think of contacting that person about the business. So, we won't go into massive detail now about how to do a who do you know list. That can be a separate training.
Yeah.
But when you are printing off your Facebook list, if that's what you've done, really important to handwrite and update your who do you know list, because that's really where we get our database for our 7-day plan.
So what you're going to do on your 7-day plan is you're going to be looking through who do you know list, and you're going to be taking people from your who do you know list and you're going to be putting it onto your 7-day plan. So on your 7-day plan, you can obviously be writing people who you're going to be talking to about the business and also the products. So I like to do this via voice memos to people because I love getting the products out there to people to help my retail business and also show people these amazing products. So on your 7-day plan, you're going to write down who you're going to be speaking to and how you're going to be speaking to them as well. So let's say, for instance, you're going to be speaking to Bob. You're going to write down how you're going to speak to Bob Whether that's phone, whether that's text message, whether it's a phone call, WhatsApp, voice memo, and you're going to already have an idea from your who do you know list how you're going to be approaching this person. So again, there are videos on how to indirectly speak to someone about the business and also directly about the business as well. So you're going to maybe pick what time you're going to be doing that. Maybe you voice membered them previously and you're going to be booking in a phone call with them as well. So it's just about writing those names down. So Monday to Sunday. Now, let's say, for instance, you're someone who has a really busy job, you've got kids, and you just think, I don't know how I'm going to contact these people. And you're not really on Facebook or anything like that. You need to know how best to communicate. So let's say, for instance, you normally speak to Bob via phone. Just give Bob a call. If you normally speak to Sarah via, she's your neighbour down the road and you normally speak to her out in the street, then that's how you should speak to her. Yeah. So don't start changing up what you normally do, just do it in the same method. So on your 7-day plan, you're going to write down all those people. So
by the end of it, you'll have a list of names. So, you know, when it comes to Monday, you know exactly who you're speaking to. And, you know, like Freya was saying, if you are someone who's really busy, you might only have, you know, a lunch break where you've got time to do this activity. And that's great because actually your 5 contacts a day shouldn't take you any more than 15 to 20 minutes as you grow in confidence with how you actually approach them when you learn the trainings. So, you know, make sure you fit it in. You know, at 1 o'clock on my lunch break, I'm going to do my 5 contacts then.
Yeah, so someone like myself, I'll sit in my car over lunchtime and I will voice memo people about the business. I'll do my follow-ups, I'll do contacts about pups and everything like that. So that's a time stop for me whilst I eat my lunch in my car and to get your contacts done to alleviate some space for me later to go out and actually talk to people face to face and, you know, make new friends. So that's that part. So your Monday to Sunday. And again, once you've done it, guys, especially over a weekend, if you've got plans to go to a barbecue or you've got a birthday party and you think, well, I won't be able to do my contacts on Saturday and Sunday, you can do them because it's only going to take you 10 to 15 minutes. Yeah. So do it first thing in the morning. You might have a gap before you're going out. And you're simply going to be messaging people for them to obviously get back to you about showing them a little bit more about the business or the products. And then once it's done, it's done. So, you know, it's not about sitting there procrastinating. Just get the job done and then it's done.
And you're going to do that, guys, if you've done your 7-day plan properly.
Yeah.
So next, on the other side, guys, you then got your other activity. This is really focused on kind of any other activity that's related to your business. You want to start planning your income producing activity. So your income producing activity is, where's the first steps to manager? Here. You know, is all the activities that are in your first steps to manager. So all those different retailing ideas, whether it's events that you've got to book. It's on page 10, isn't it? Here we go. So any of these you need to organise, whether it might be your pups, so you need to organise time to get your pups out when you're going to do your pup drops, pickups. It might be you're doing advertising for your business, so what time in the week are you going to, you know, create those adverts, when you're going to drop them off. It might be, you know, when you've got to drop off a C9, so anything that's kind of business related that can go in that other activity that's going to help your business grow. Would you have any more to add in terms of other activities?
Yeah, so I guess it's like, again, when you're going to be doing it. So let's say, for instance, you've planned for 3 pups to go out in that week. You know, when are they going out to? Who are they going out to? So you might just put on their pups times 3. That isn't good enough, guys. What you need to write down is who they're going to. So if they're going to John, Jane and Bob, they're going to those guys. Sorry, I'm purposely not picking people from Forever. But you need to plan who they're going to and then when you're going to them and what the pup is. So say, for instance, Bob's going to have a pup and it's going to have the aloe shaving, it's going to have the Pride, it's going to have an RG sample, the Propolis, the heat lotion, and you're going to talk to him about that pup. Obviously, we're going to go into a little bit more detail about pups separately, but you need to know, you know, what kind of pup is it? With Jane, it might be a pamper pup with some masks in there, the serums, the Sonia. So you really know. So when you get there, you're already prepared. You're going to talk to them through it. You're going to show them the products. You're not there to sell. You're not there to pitch. You're just asking them to trial those products for 3 to 4 days because you just want some honest feedback and testimonials. That is your objective. And then again, with your online launch, when are you going to do it? How many people are you inviting to that launch? And also, how are you inviting them? So it's always good to do a personal invite. I would never recommend you do an online launch and you invite your whole Facebook list. It's just not, we're a classy business, hold it high. So choose 10 to 15 people, choose 2 different dates as well, and personally invite someone via a voice memo, a phone call, about the launch. So just having a bit of detail behind, again, that plan.
And it's, I did, like, Freya was saying, it's about, okay, when am I going to spend the time to invite those people to my launch? Mm-hmm. Because otherwise it's so easy to think, well, I planned a launch, I didn't get time to do it. Mm-hmm. But if you just plan, 10 minutes here, 50 minutes here, I'm going to do that, that and that, mm-hmm. Especially if you're living a really busy and hectic life already, that's how you can really get it planned, so you can make this business work for you and work with, everything else that's going on in your life.
And we're going to be going through how to time ownership, how to block your diary, so you know how to block in your diary when you're going to do your pup invites and when you're going to do your online launch, so you know exactly at that time. That's that spare time you've got, because again, this business can be built, 5 to 10, 15 hours a week. That's all, that we're obviously showing you to do. Then the next part, which is the part below, says training and other events. So let's say, for instance, you've got the rolling programme. So you're going to write Monday, and you're going to put rolling programme week 1, and also then the Q&A live feed. So those are the 2 trainings that you're going to be doing on a Monday. Then let's say, for instance, you've got your morning ritual. So you've got your mindset in the morning. That's really important for you to do. That's part of your training. Then you've got the BP on a Thursday, let's say at area 10. Obviously your area might be slightly different. And then you've also, let's say you've got a team sizzle coming up, success weekend. So it might look like a lot to you, but these activities are going to take you, no longer than an hour. So that's crazy when you no longer than an hour if you plan it. If you don't plan it, you'll find yourself sat there for 3 hours procrastinating and feel like you've got nothing done.
And feel overwhelmed and stressed, and then the weeks will pass and your business won't have grown, and that's when you can lose momentum. So, mm-hmm. From day one, being brand new to the business, that's the best time to really plan your business and just to continue. So you're making that 7-day plan a habit. Mm-hmm.
And it's just really exciting as well because, speaking to people about this business and speaking to people about the products, you can help someone achieve the goals that maybe you're looking to achieve as well and will achieve. So that's really exciting. It's fun. I never feel like I'm working. I don't think you do either.
I wake up every day and feel fulfilled with this job. Love it.
So that's it with the 7-day plan.
Yeah.
So I think that's everything, guys. Again, if you've got any questions, please ask your upline or ourselves.
Remember, it's a plan, do, review. So, every week, review that 7-day plan. What might be you didn't get done, transfer to the next week. So you're always reviewing your activity, adding things on if you need to as the week progresses. So, yeah.
And what I would say is with this plan, with this people you've spoken to, normally when people have wanted to have a bit more information about the business, I'll highlight yellow, which I've obviously not done as yet because that hasn't happened this week yet. And that's okay. So you have to understand that you're going to get weeks like this where some people aren't going to come back to you because they're just not ready. That's not because they're ignoring you, and you have to learn to love the no's. But you're going to get weeks that most of this is going to be highlighted yellow, let's say, or you choose a different colour. I'm quite a visual person, so I love colours. So just understand that you're going to get weeks where you think, well, nothing's happened this week and I've done exactly what I did last week, so why am I not getting the same results? That is completely normal. Learn to love the no's. You need to have the no's. You don't want everyone to do this business because otherwise it would be saturated, and this business will never be saturated. So just learn to have weeks like that, and then have weeks where everything's just gone completely the other way. So yeah, that's it, guys. Thanks very much.
Bye.
Bye.